Number one rule of dropshipping: there is no winning product. Nobody. And I don't care if you're Tai Lopez or Tate Lopez. None of them can give you the guaranteed top 10 winning products to sell right now. And least of all, a YouTube e-com guru. It's all a fugazi. It's a woozy, it's a wazi. Fairy dust. Doesn't exist. It's never landed. It's no matter. It's not real. And bonus points, Einstein. No such thing as a winning niche. Alright, you couldn't make money in the pet niche because that's too competitive. So you get another bright idea and decide to go into the beauty niche because that's where the money is, right? You figure it out. You crack the code. That's what the puppet master has been trying to hide from you. Like, no, are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness? And on the topic of delusion, can you guys stop trying to sell holiday products? I don't know which goddamn puppet master is telling you this is a bright and smart idea, but it's not. Valentine's, Mother's Day, Halloween, whatever, bro. If you think that as a beginner, you have the skills necessary to scale a store within the tight window of a one-day holiday and then survive not getting all of your shit banished to the Shadow Realm, then my brother in Christ, you tripping. Like, dude, it's your first time in the game, you've got no contacts, no suppliers, no agents, you're straight up raw dogging your payment processors and ad accounts, you're going to have shipping and supply issues, you don't know how to keep your customer satisfaction rate high. In short, you're going to have a bad time. So focus on evergreen shit. Don't go for the short-term stuff, guys. Anyway, with the main rant finished, let me go over a couple extra things you shouldn't do as a beginner dropshipper. And number one, don't sell super cheap or super expensive products. If you're just starting out and you have a small budget, you want to sell in the $30 to $60 range and keep a minimum profit of $20. That way, when you follow my rapid ad testing strategy, you're not going to be burning a bunch of cash before getting any useful data on if the product works or if you can scale it or not. Next, you're not making it out of the hood with TikTok organic. Anyone who's told you that organic e-com is the future and that that's how you make money is fucking lying to you. And also remember not to sell products that no one's ever heard of or tried running before. Because if it has no one running ads and no one making organic content, then clearly it's either shit or not tested enough, which for you, both options are bad. Your Goldilocks zone is something that's still pretty new and has a decent variety of content from TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, etc. so that you know it's proven to sell and good enough to make videos about it. And also so that you can have something to actually borrow and make your ad creatives with. And like I said, anyone who has told you to start dropshipping in any of the ways I listed is either lying to you and wants you to buy their course, or they're just fucking stupid. And you'll probably get better business advice in the comment section of a Family Guy's funny clip compilation video. Anyway, now that my rant is over, let me spit some e-com gospel on you. Winning products don't exist.
What exists are risk products.
And now that you know what not to do, let me teach you the secret Sigma risk product formula so you can start cooking. And if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume a few things about you. Number one, you're a beginner, and number two, you're broke. And so because you're not the US government and you don't have trillions of dollars to burn, and you also don't have any e-com skills, we want to lower your exposure to risk as much as possible. To do that, you want to get a brand name with no meaning so you can sell any kind of product until you hit your first winner. And you also want to have a flexible and simplified Shopify store with which you can switch out products quickly and easily so you're not wasting time or money on making multiple stores, jumping around hoops, and doing useless shit. And instead, you can just focus on making money and actually getting good at e-com. Both of these things I explain in full detail in my 40-minute store building guide, which you can watch after this video on my channel. Next is going to be our actual product. None of this is set in stone, so use this as your guiding light of what will be the path of least resistance for you. And the first thing you want to look for is to aim for products which cost you less than 20 bucks, and that's including shipping. And usually you want your product to be marked up at least 3 times whatever it is you're paying for it, including shipping. On TikTok, it's difficult to sell stuff over 60 bucks, and on Facebook, you can get away with it, but your advertising cost will be much higher before you can decide if the product is a W or an L. And now that we got your price point, let's talk about the psychology behind what makes a good product. For a TikTok type audience, it's difficult to narrow down your targeting. So instead, you should just adjust your marketing strategy to go as broad as possible. You're looking for products with a wow/cool factor. It's trendy, shareable, cute, cheap, because our target audience here is much younger and we're trying to get an impulse in the moment purchase out of them. On Facebook, we can narrow down our target demographic a lot easier. So we want to start selling more problem-solving products, stuff that can make the customers' lives better and easier, or make them more attractive, stronger, prettier, etc. And then we can try fixing their physical pains, stuff like their knees, backs, hands, necks, and all the ways their frail mortal bodies can get hurt or uncomfortable doing day-to-day tasks. And if they don't have physical pains, then let's fix their psychological pains, stuff like their anxiety, depression, fears, cries, woes, and sorrows. Remember, you're not selling a product, you're selling a solution, a feeling, an emotion, an idea. And so this is what I mean when I say you can sell any product and that any product can be a quote-unquote winning product. It's all about how much riz you can pack into the offer and start printing like Jerome Powell. Okay, so that was the not-so-quick wisdom drop on the psychology behind what a riz product is. But me and you, We don't want to start solving the Pythagoras theorem just to know if the product can make us a little bit of money. And so this is the trap so many of you guys fall into, with either one-to-one copying what you see some random YouTuber do and tell you, or on the flip side, you're trying to be creative and original, choosing random as products just because you think it looks decent, and you're too lazy to do any proper competitor analysis. Or on the flip side, put on your Sherlock hat and start doing deductions and theories that just because it's summertime and people are going camping and there's lakes near camps, so I should probably be selling Thanos one-piece bathing suits for dogs this season, and that's going to be my winning product. I finally figured it out, right? No. Number one, don't listen to random people on the internet. Nobody has access to some magical product which will make you money. Don't be creative, don't be original, and don't start making theories and deductions of what will sell and what will not. The only thing you want to be focusing on is researching what exactly is selling in the market right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but exactly right now. And if someone else is making money with it right now, then why can't you? If you were able to find out who's making money with what product and what ads, and then just copied them before anybody else found out, wouldn't you also be able to make money with it the same way? And we're only talking about small scale stuff here of making a couple $1,000s per day with dropshipping, when multi-billion-dollar companies have been built with the exact same principle. Facebook copied MySpace, Bolt copied Uber, and I copied Beheza. And of course, everything I mentioned is a lot easier said than done, because how the do you find out who to copy? Who's new to the market and getting sales right now? Who has an ugly store and has no idea what it is they're doing and nonetheless is still printing, that you can go in, snipe, and pull the profit from right under them? Well, there's three main factors you want to look at when sniping products. The competitor only started running up the product 1 to 3 months ago. Even better if it was only a couple weeks ago, and are already doing a couple grand per day. I'll show you how to spy on their exact sales numbers later on. Number two, your competitor is in the process of trying to scale the product right now. This is important because if you enter the market after they've already rode the way to the top, then you're just fighting over crumbs with the other L-tier dropshippers. Number three, all your competitors' ads and stores look like shit, and you can enter the market with something much better. Okay, well those parameters are pretty good, but how do we use them? Where do we find these magical, fresh new products that others are running up right now? Well, I'll show you my two main methods, which are completely free, and then an optional recommendation. And first, we got the most underrated tool, aka the myth, the legend, the Facebook ad library. With it, you can literally view every single ad being run on Facebook right now for free. So just go to the ad library. For the country, select only USA, and for the ad category, select all ads. Then in the search bar, you want to type in very broad and generic keywords that majority of ads will be using in their ad tech. So that will be stuff like 50% off, free shipping, worldwide, sale, limited time. If there's a sale happening soon, then type in that holiday plus sale, etc. Be creative, read the text of other ads to get inspiration for what type of keywords you can use. Doing this strategy will give you the most broad net of the latest ads, which is good and bad, because you will see the most of everything, but that also includes all the garbage that you're going to have to sort through. But that just comes with the job. Instead of flipping burgers, you're now going to be scrolling your mouse wheel for hours. Besides the broad net approach, there's also narrow keyword stuff that will give you specific ads for specific niches, markets, and audiences. So if you want to check if there's anything new popping up in the parenting niche, for example, start looking up stuff like mother, baby, toy, kids, etc. For medical products, you would try stuff like relief, pain, skin, neck, back, etc. You will see a lot less ads, but you'll also see a lot less shit. So if something interesting is popping up in a specific market, you'll be able to spot it a lot easier. Next, besides the keywords, you need to optimize the results you're getting by using the filter settings. So just hit filters. In languages, select English. Advertisers, keep it as all advertisers. For platforms, do Facebook and Instagram. In media type, you want to select videos because videos take a lot more effort to make than images. So you'll sort out a lot of garbage that way. In active status, you want to choose active. For the impression date, it doesn't really matter because Facebook will always by default sort the ads by newest, but I prefer to pick the last 1 or 2 weeks. So just remember to do all that and then just scroll away. I know it's going to be difficult, annoying, and you won't find anything good for a long time, but that's all part of the game. I do this, my friends do this, all my students do this. So it is what it is. Okay, so now that we know how to use the Facebook ad library to find fresh products, how the hell do we figure out which ones are actually worth going after? Which ones are making money and which ones are complete shit? And how we used to do this back in the day is that we manually had to find the original ads that the store was running, engage with them so we see the rest of their ads, and then we would keep the ads open in our browser tabs for days to see how much the engagement was changing. Likes, comments, hearts, replies, etc. Because if they're still getting engagement, that means they're still running the ads. And if they're still running the ad, that probably means that the ad is still making the money. And if there's a huge spike in engagement, that probably means that they're scaling the ad. And this whole process was insanely difficult and annoying to do. Plus, at the end of the day, it brought you pretty mediocre results. But because you're lucky enough to be part of the second generation of dropshippers and have us, the boomers, already solved every problem you don't even know exists yet, have already encountered every problem you would encounter and had us build the tools and solutions needed for this business model to actually work and be relatively easy. So that now you get to sit back and enjoy the fruits of our labor. So all you want to do is go back to the Facebook ads library and just check what's been running recently. And every day, just scroll for like 2 to 3 hours. And whenever you spot something interesting, investigate it a little bit. How many ads are they running? How many duplicates of ads? What do their creatives look like? What countries are they targeting? How old is their page? How many likes does it have? Then start investigating their website. See if they're doing any rookie mistakes, ugly sites, bad designs, low quality photos, shit offer, and see if there's ways that you can replicate what they're doing but make it better. But all of this is just brief, superficial data for you to quickly understand what these guys are doing and if they're complete beginners or someone with experience. What you're looking for is factual data and stuff you can actually work with. And to get it, you want to copy the link to the website, head over to Goatspy, and just start tracking their live sales. Because there's no data more accurate than having a store's exact sales numbers. And as you can see right here, these sleek shape guys have made about 44K since we started tracking them. And on the other hand, these happy skin guys who are selling this beauty product are very much so struggling to make any kind of money. And these Petsum guys who I just started tracking, who are selling some kind of dog bag or pet bag, whatever, they don't have any data yet because I just started tracking them. So we'll have to give them like a day or two to let the sales start coming in so we can actually see if they're making any money. And once we wait for that, take a look at a store like Gymshark, which started off as a dropshipping clothing brand and has managed to scale to making millions of dollars every single day. And I want you to remember that when you're looking at these sales data, they're not just some kind of fugazi estimates that we're grabbing from thin air and just assuming how much they're making, because it's not. What you're looking at is live sales data. It's being tracked live as the sales are happening in the stores right now. Of course, that doesn't include any customer data or information. It just tracks that an order has very likely been placed on the website. And of course, it's not 100% accurate because that would be impossible without having admin access to the actual Shopify dashboard. But we've been testing Goatspy with our own Shopify stores, and it gets within around 95% accuracy. And of course, the more money the site's making, the more accurate it gets. And for us dropshippers, the only real indicator we're looking for is whether a store making zero money, a little bit of money, or a lot of money, so that you know that if a store was made in the last few months and is already scaling to 5, 10, 20K days, and that means they for sure cracked the formula, and it's your chance to swoop in, make a better website, make a better offer, and funnel their sales into your pocket. And so, product research tool number 2 is, you guessed it, TikTok. And it's for sure not the best method, because majority of the stores you'll see are organic stores, which almost all of them make zero money. And if they happen to get some sales, it's usually just a random one-off viral hit and not something that's consistent and scalable that you can track and copy effectively. Which is why tools like the Facebook ad library, which tracks actual ads being run in real time right now, is a lot better as a product research tool. TikTok does have its own ad library, but the amount of ads they show on there is very limited. They are all videos which already have thousands of views, and unless it's somehow mentioned in the video, there's no real way to find the original store that was running the ad. But stuff like the For You page and the TikTok search bar are still good resources just to really know what is going viral right now. And then you can use free tools like Facebook, Google, Amazon to find similar sellers who might be doing consistent numbers with the product. I'll also go over some paid tools which are decent for this after. Anyways, for TikTok, make a fresh account, name it whatever, it doesn't matter, and then just start scrolling. You can ignore every piece of content you see until you see a dropshipping video or ad, and then just like and comment on it and keep scrolling until you find the next one. After like 20 minutes, your entire feed should be filled with dropshipping products, and you can start using them as inspiration. For the search bar, look up broad keywords like product, TikTok made me buy it, best TikTok products, etc. Then go to the videos tab and click filters. Sort by like count. Video category doesn't matter much, but you can pick unwatched to only see new videos that you haven't seen before. Date posted, pick this week. You can also play with past 24 hours just to check today's viral products. And then it's just the exact same principle. Start scrolling until you find something interesting, view their page, investigate the reviews, likes, comments, past videos, go to their site, see their layout, how experienced they seem, copy the site URL, and paste it into Goatspy, and then just start tracking them. Like I said, the main issue with TikTok is that majority of the videos you see will be organic videos which don't get a lot of consistent and stable traffic. So maybe a guy went viral once, made a lot of money, and when you start tracking him, all his new videos are not going viral and are not getting views. Therefore, he's probably making no money. But it's still a good idea to save these potential products and investigate if there are other sellers running them up using ads instead of organic, and start tracking them instead. And with that, you now have the 2 most simple and effective product research methods. But if you watched any other YouTube video before this one, you probably got pushed some random paid product research tool down your throat which promises to do all this hard work for you. So let me tell you why they're complete bullshit. Because these tools tools are not good at discovering new and untapped products. And the reason they're bad at the one thing they're designed and marketed towards as being able to do is because they're slow. By the time any products show up on these tools, then it's already existed for weeks, if not months. And by the time it's on there, guess what? Everybody else has already seen it. And of course, a product being old or saturated or having tons of competitors isn't really a problem, because as long as you're experienced enough, you can make it work regardless. And I'm only telling you this because you're a beginner, and I don't want you wasting your time spending money you don't need to spend on stuff that really isn't going to help you much at this stage of your business. Later on, of course, be my guest, try out these tools. They're all great. Even I use some of them. But overall, these Minea, Dropshipping, Pixta, Viral World, blah, 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 whatever, it's all garbage in my opinion. I know a lot of the people who made these tools are smart and capable, but I myself, nor anyone I know who's successful with ecom, has ever used some aggregator tool or Indian Fiverr guy to give them their product. So you'll have a higher chance of success and future-proof yourself by learning how to do this grunt work yourself instead of relying on other people to do it for you. And then in the future, all of this will be second nature for you, and it'll be super easy. I think the only paid tool that I didn't end up canceling my membership for is PP ads, because it's like the only decent option you have for a Facebook-style ad library, but for TikTok ads. And if you decide to use PP ads, the settings for it follow the exact same principle I already showed you with Facebook and TikTok. Country set it as USA, dates around this week, platform, ecom or dropship. And you can experiment with having a fully broad or setting the impression amount as like 100K for minimum. The point you're trying to do is just finding whatever's new and trending. Also, you can use the discount code I'll put in the description, because the stuff is pretty expensive. But even then, PP is the best tool on the market maybe right now, but it's still very much so far from perfect in my opinion. Which is also why now that Goatspy has perfected store tracking, we've reinvested all the money we made and resources into developing a much better ad spying solution than what's available right now. But it turns out it's surprisingly difficult and really expensive to pull that off perfectly the way we want it. But if we manage to pull it off the perfect way we want it, then I can promise you it's going to be the best and only tool you need to succeed with ecom. So if you're excited for that, be sure to check out goatspy.com and let us know any feedback, requests, or suggestions you have so we can build the best tool possible together. And also, because you watched the video all the way till here, you can use the code SEBAS for 20% off your first month of Goatspy. Anyways, now you know how to do proper product research. And turns out, it's actually really simple. But a few more things you must know. After you make your collection of potential products and you start tracking all of them, these are the general rough stats you want to look out for. You can ignore anything making less than 1K per day. If a store is making 3K, 5K, even 10K days, and it was created in the last few weeks or months, then that's when you know you found some potential gold. And you want to strike it while it's still hot. Also, when you find one store that's succeeding with a certain product, start doing some investigating to find all the other sellers and competitors running the same product and how their sales are looking. For that, you can use the TikTok search function and the Facebook ad library to look up the product keywords and see if you can find similar sellers. You can also use a tool like PP ads to easily find competitors running TikTok ads for the product. You can also check Google by typing the product name plus site:myshopify.com. Also, remember to check Amazon and eBay to see if there's any similar sellers on there. And lastly, you can also ask your agent about the product. And next thing, I said this at the start of the video, but I'll repeat myself again. There's many different ways to do ecom and dropshipping. From selling super expensive things like pool tables, pizza ovens, and saunas, to selling high volume of cheap products for $10 like phone cases and trinkets. But I don't do that, and I don't recommend anybody else do that either, because your margin of error and ability to fuck something up and end up sinking a bunch of money into it is extremely high. The strategies I show and talk about are ones which let you minimize your exposure to risk as much as possible, and if you follow everything I teach, you can find yourself, like many others, on a very rapid path to success in this whole game. So please, unlearn all the rotten brainwashing you've heard anywhere else up till now. You can't start this business with $0. You won't make it out of the hood by posting TikTok organic videos. This isn't a quirky side hustle you can do part-time. If you're broke, first get a job, do some freelance work, cut some grass, wash some cars, or kill your grandma and get some inheritance money. If you're smart, lucky, and have connections, you can get away with $500 to start with. But you're neither of those. So save up at least 3 or 4K so you can properly take a shot at this business and not end up giving up after a week and only $20 spent. After you got all that solved, then you can start following my advice. Remember, our strategy is to aim to sell products in the $30 to $80 range. And no matter what you sell, we always aim to have a minimum profit of $20. On average, we multiply our COGS by 3 times to get the price we sell for. But I've easily gotten away with charging 4 times, even 5 times the price than all of my competitors, simply because my value proposition was high enough to justify the price in the customer's mind. And you might not realize it right now, but the information I provided you with above and in this whole video is something I can only wish someone explained to me when I first got started. And I could have charged you money for this, but I didn't. And so now it's your turn to help me out by liking this video and subscribing to my channel, or else the Puppet Master is gonna get you. Next, you need to stop watching all other e-com TikTokers or YouTubers. Don't listen to any gurus or anyone else and just do the work with the information I provided you with. And when you get lost or have questions, you can join my Discord server and talk with me, my friends, my students, and people who are actually making a living off of this business. But when you join, please don't be retarded about it. Ask smart questions and explain things in detail. My name is this and this. I followed Seba's video and I found these 5 products which are doing this much money in the last few days. Do you guys think they have good potential based on these stats? Because otherwise, if you ask stupid questions, you'll receive stupid answers. And lastly, if you feel like for the first time ever, you actually learned something from a dropshipping video and you want to learn more from me on the more advanced parts of the business, like branding, advertising, marketing, as well as getting access to my network, connections, and actually succeeding with e-commerce, then you can try applying for my mentorship and partnership program to work with me and my business partners to start or scale your business higher than you ever could yourself. This is strictly for people with money ready to invest in themselves and the business and want someone who's been doing this for years to help guide them. And I'm being 100% serious when I say this isn't some kind of marketing gimmick and that this will have very, very few limited slots and will be very expensive. Because I don't have time to play around with brokies, tire kickers, and young kids. Because if that's you, just use my resources on YouTube and Discord, because that's plenty to get you started. But if you want to treat this seriously, make actual money, do it quickly and directly, without all the fluff and bullshit that everybody else is peddling to you, then you can apply and book a call, and we'll see if you're a good fit. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. I hope you learned something. And now watch this next video on how to build the perfect Shopify store.